million new cars on the roads every single year, which basically means that there are 44,000 new cars every single day. Hello and good afternoon. My name is Fatma. The purpose of my presentation is to talk about global warming, to give you some basic facts about it, and show how it can be a problem to this new generation, some of the causes of global warming, and some of the solutions. My proposition would be that I would like to have more options of public transportation, so that, especially for longer distances, just so that we can reduce our carbon footprint. According to my audience analysis, many of you know or slightly know about global warming. What do you guys basically think of it? What do you think it means?
The weather is getting hot.
The weather is getting hot, so it just basically means when it's like the globe is warming up gradually. There were really a lot of myths last year. Some people were saying that the Mayans believed 2012 would be the last year just because of global warming. Some people thought that we would have a couple of months to live just because we would end up drowning because of rising seawater levels. What global warming basically is CO2 or carbon dioxide released into the air, and like other gases, it traps a lot of heat which would usually go out into space. Trapping that heat makes the globe warmer. And a lot of what we consider to be necessary these days, like driving and using electricity, are what emit a lot of carbon dioxide into the air. That is all according to environment.about.com. Now that you basically know a very simplistic meaning or a very simplistic way of understanding global warming, I'm going to talk about some scary facts and some of the causes of global warming. A lot of people used to think that it would only affect our grandchildren or animals or polar bears, some of the things that might affect us. Even though those are all important, global warming also affects us as people. Before I had done this extensive research on this topic, I never knew that it could actually affect us in very diverse ways. According to acoolerclimate.com and Environmental Defense Fund, there can be, if global warming keeps increasing, there can be a 6-foot rise in seawater level, which basically means that a lot of the U.S. coastal cities will be underwater, and a huge portion of Florida can also be underwater if global warming keeps increasing. Also, there can be an increase in wildfires in the southwest, which will directly affect us, increases in floods, droughts, and hurricanes, and diseases all over the world. Global warming also can bring crop failures because it increases temperature. So with those crop failures, scientists predict there to be a lot of famine around the world. And with that increase in temperature, there comes an increase in intensity and frequency of heat waves, which can bring about more deaths, especially with the elderly. So what can we do about this? What are the possible solutions that we can look at and think of? I propose a policy that mandates an increase in clean, reliable, safe, and affordable public transportation. It would be easier for people to go around, especially if they want to go to longer distances, if they want to travel to other places with such public transportation. Other easy steps that we can all take as human beings in order to live a better life and have a better environment around us are using less hot water. I say that because in order to make the water hotter, we need to have more electricity, which eventually emits a lot of carbon dioxide into the air. And using less hot water would be easier for us people in Arizona because, well, we try to avoid the hot summers, and we can use that heat to dry our clothes instead of using dryers, which can also be very useful. So those two solutions would be extremely easy for people who live in a place like Arizona. We can also start by switching off the lights once we leave a room, which is very simple. Another simple solution can be unplugging our phone chargers or our laptop chargers once they stop charging. And the final solution would be recycling. I know for a fact that I never thought of recycling as being very important. I thought it was just something that people were trying to force on us. And before the research I had done on this topic, it never seemed to be as important as it is until I read this sentence. According to environment.about.com, by recycling only half of our household wastes, we can save up to 2,400 pounds of carbon dioxide that would have been emitted into the air, which is a lot. And it can save a lot of animals, it can save a lot of places from being polluted by carbon dioxide. In conclusion, I talked about some basic facts about global warming, some of its causes, which are mainly human beings and how they go about their lives, and a solution that I proposed, which would be very helpful for everyone around here. Thank you so much.